Even the coldest hearts were once warm. Before the Beige, before the scalpel, was head nurse Rach ever an ordinary student nurse? What did she see in Ward 402 that changed her?
Nurse Rach, thank you for granting us this access. Before we talk about the legendary patient Zero, I wanted to show you something we found in the archives. This was before Ward 402. You were a top-tier surgical candidate, yet you were recruited into Creative Recovery Lab, a department that didn't even exist. They say the board saw a lack of sentimentality during a brutal debridement. Any comment?
Ah, that old file. I keep it locked away for a reason, Mr. Das. That girl believed in recovery through conversation and kindness. She was inefficient. I had to perform a radical debridement on my own soul to become what the ward needed. Nostalgia is just another form of infection, dear. It's a stirring of the stagnation rot. I was recruited because I understood that you cannot heal a limb while the spirit is necrotic. The board simply provided the space for my research. The archive is a dangerous place to wander, Mr. Das. You might find things that don't want to be remembered, but if you must look closely at the eyes in that ID. That girl is dead. I'm what survived the procedure. Now, are we here to talk about my youth or the Gray Man?
Okay. About patient Zero then. Case file 0001. They say he wasn't just depressed. He was actually fading. Is that correct?
He was a failure of the safe life. A man who lived in the Beige. He worked a job he hated, spoke in moderate tones, and painted tiny, careful landscapes that looked like hotel room art. How quaint. One Tuesday, his heart simply stopped feeling. Not a physical heart attack, a spiritual one. He became a gray man. His skin turned the color of wet sidewalk. He walked into Ward 402 not looking for a cure, but looking for a place to disappear.
Is it true you strapped him to the easel?
Yes, you're right. I didn't offer him a seat. The strapping was merely a precaution. I told him, "You're not dying 0001. You're just haunted by the ghosts of the things you never dared to say. You've swallowed so much polite silence that it's turned into a tumor," and I refused to hand him a brush. That would have been inefficient. I handed him a bucket of crimson and a pair of latex gloves. "Bleed onto the canvas," I commanded, "or I will let the gray finish taking you. The gray is comfortable, isn't it? Just a slow crawl to the grave. Is that what you want?" I dared him.
And he fought you. The report says he was violent.
Violent. Ha. That was merely the last thrashing of his resistance. He did scream that he had nothing to say. He wept. But I stood like a statue of salt, holding the light steady. Finally, the rage took him. He smashed his fist into the paint and attacked the canvas. He didn't paint another pretty landscape. We don't do pretty here, Mr. Das. He painted a screen.
"Here's your fine, thank you, and yes, sir."
He painted 20 years of yes, sir, and fine, thank you. As the crimson hit the canvas, the pigment returned to his skin. The gray receded. He wasn't just painting. He was reclaiming the territory of his soul.
Wow, that must have been intense to witness. And you still have the painting, I believe?
Intensity is in the eye of the beholder, Mr. Das. I'm more inclined to call it glorious. It hangs at the dark end of the hallway. When a new patient, someone like you perhaps, begins to tremble, I point to it. He thought he was empty. Turns out, it was just a pressurized tank of fire waiting for a spark. Patient Zero is the proof that art is not a luxury, Mr. Das. It is an emergency self-salvage procedure. Now, no more whimpering nonsense from you. I have far more urgent and exciting procedures to perform. The night shift is a particularly favorite time of mine to walk these hallways. I'm always looking for the next patient to put up their hand for some neon debridement. Ah, is that a raised hand I see? Mr. Das. Hit that QR code to pick up your therapeutic art workbook and make sure you admit yourself to Ward 402. Subscribe before you go.